Hmm. Hmm.
Here we are. Welcome in, everybody. We got a lot of people in the waiting room already hyped for this Sunday's edition of Sunday Morning Quarterbacks, brought to you by Pick City and Daily Bread Media. So make sure to go over to pickcity.com, check out what they're offering for their subscription packages, and make sure to be following them on Twitter at Pick City. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So jump over to the YouTube page if you want to be featured in the comments like all of the ones that we've had rolling in. I'm getting ready to tweet out the YouTube link from the Sunday Morning Quarterbacks channel. But Sosa, was it Saturday college football? Was it madness? You want to call it?
Yeah, man. If you were in the Diamond Club, you killed it. You did the damn thing yesterday. Nice day. Just glad to be back on Sunday and just to get to it. Let's have a day. Let's just I'm ready to have a wonderful Sunday. I know that I just know I know we're finna go crazy today. Fuck, I spelled YouTube wrong. Can't spell, guys. It's one of my weaknesses. I gotta delete the tweet. But yeah, man. Other than that, we just like I said, it's gonna be a good day. Like we got some real talent on tap for people, and yeah, I don't know what else
So
to
we're
really.
going to do something a little different with this week's episode. We're not going to run through each game just because of our analysts that we bring in from the top people from each squad. There's a lot of bye weeks, and a lot of our analysts are going head to head this week. So we're going to be rattling through 6 games, and then you can hop over to Spaces where we'll talk a little bit longer after the show. But it's going to be a nice, quick hitter of Sunday morning quarterbacks. You'll be out of here by 11:30 to go do whatever you need to do for the rest of the day. The YouTube link is now officially out. So let's just get right into it. We'll get through the one game where we don't have an analyst, and then we'll rattle through the rest. We'll start
Yeah,
it off
yeah.
AFC North divisional matchup Baltimore versus Cincinnati here. And Baltimore just owns the North. Are they going to own it even more and cover this spread because they've been pretty hot covering the spread in divisional matchups? Joe Burrow, is he going to get the taste of the action today?
Oh man, I wanna go with Lamar, obviously, because he's just one of those guys. It's tough. I will never bet against Lamar, but the 6.5 is a tough spot. However, I do like certain things in the game. But I would look at the matchup so far. You see a Cincinnati team that's really run a lot of ball control offense. They've slowed down things and they've tried to make sure that Joe's protected. They've ran the ball a lot. Joe Mixon's gotten the ball a lot. And even in games like close at the end, they haven't employed a strategy where they wanted to go down the field and score a touchdown. Um, so I think the immediate thought for everyone is that the game goes under, and I think the game goes over.
Ooh.
I think the game goes over. That's my favorite play in the game. I'm just thinking that both teams explosive play. They have explosive playmakers on offense. But it's just one of those games where I just think that both teams get the best of each other offensively, and that's how it will go. I just that's just my firm belief. To be totally honest with you, I do like Lamar Jackson to go over his rushing yards. Um, but those are my two lead plays in this one. Also, Jamar Chase has accomplished his longest reception prop in every single game this season. Last week it was at 29.5. He got it. Today it's at 32.5. Be careful with it. Hollywood Brown has accomplished his longest reception in all but one game last week. He had a long reception last week of 20 yards. It was set at 23.5. He's going to do that again. Jamar Chase, 32.5 yards, longest reception. Marquise Brown, longest reception, over 23.5. Lock those both in. Even money. We'll talk tomorrow on that one. And
Ooh, Colin, your shot. Gonna try and stay hot with the longest receptions. Even though the book is still bumping up the number, it doesn't scare him off it. And Man, just a shout out of a cannon, Jamar Chase, and the amount of separation he gets on those longest plays when the guys are just playing up is unreal.
We were just on Spaces, and one of the homies was saying that he doesn't get separate, and I'm just like, you just look at the way he plays, bro. It's like a veteran receiver. He understands not to ever go up too early for the ball. Little stuff like that, man, is huge. It's huge. It's like he high points the ball, identifies the ball, catches it with his hands, and you can't fight him for the ball because he's stronger than the guy every time that he's facing on the other side. Again, for me, like I said, I think the over is the play. No matter what people have been are thinking, I think that the over is the play in this game.
All right, so we got an analyst pumped, primed, and ready. Before we get into that one, I'm just going to drop off a quick bet that I have in a game that we're not covering today. I'm just taking the Atlanta money line at -120 going into Miami here. Miami's one of the first. What, you don't like Atlanta's money line today?
No. Fuck no. I'm on the other side. I swear to God, if I showed, hold on. Now I got to show you.
You're fading the London travel back without taking a bye. That's the biggest reason why we're on this spot here.
Bro, oh, wow. Hold on. Did I just delete hold on. I got to hide some of this because y'all can't see all my notes. That's not cool. I can't. What's the first thing on there?
Bro, no one can read that.
Dolphins money line, dog.
All right, we're staying off it. We're rocking the Dolphins money line instead.
No. We did not.
Plus 105. We're listening to Sosa today, so I can yell at him. Plus 105. Let's go, Fins.
Fuck. I feel bad. Maybe I'm just a believer into it. I shouldn't be, but I'm not betting a dome team on the road with that defense. That's just my personal.
I just think the travel back from London's the biggest thing in that one, where they're like one of the first teams ever to elect not to use the bye after the London travel. Like, what's up with that?
It's pretty odd. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty odd stuff. Pretty odd, to say the least.
All right, let's get into the Jets versus the Patriots. I don't know. We'll be Coffeegate Part 2 today. Who the hell knows? But that was probably the most legendary moment of Sunday morning quarterbacks. You know who we're bringing in here. Michael Means, ready to kick it off. Came with the fire last week. His team came with the fire, but just short. How you doing this Sunday morning?
Man, that's the story of the season. Like
another West Coast cat that cheers for an East Coast team. Just those folks are different out there, man.
Well, look, we didn't have no football team for about, you know what I mean? So look, everybody in LA, like, it's just random out here. Cowboys, Niners, Raiders, it's Eagles. You get a flock of everybody out here. So it's just partly because we ain't had no team, so everybody flock off. But I came because it was before Brady and Belichick. Terry Glenn was my favorite receiver at Ohio State. When he got drafted over to the Patriots, I just started liking the Patriots. So that's what happened.
That's fair.
Where's Kings?
I don't know. It's just you rolling solo today, so take your shot at the Jets.
He's actually back working a lot more. We had talked. He just, and it's just one of the things, like, when he's available, we'll have him on.
Got you.
I like his insight. I like the guy. I think he's really good at picking sports. I mean, he's solid. So, certain people you haven't seen them. So there's a couple people that are correspondents that we haven't really seen on the show. They all have reasons as to why, they got stuff going on, but it's a family thing.
Oh no, yeah. Solid. I thought
you thought he quit? Nah, dog. King.
No. I thought he quite naturally, man. You come on here playing the Patriots. We like the monster under the bed for them. So
I figured he was scared. You thought he was scared. Nah. He was just that's all.
Well, I'll be real. Look, it's been 6 games. We've only covered 2 spreads. We haven't won at home this year. So we got a rookie quarterback. Our offense is complex. So it's like, it's not a sure bet with anything right now. This ain't the Patriots from 2011, like Sosa was saying last week. So I'd be careful with this game. It was a blowout first week, but Jets have seen us. We've seen them. Division games, we all know those come down to usually like one possession. And with the spread right here, I'm kind of iffy on betting us right now just because we don't cover. We'll win a game, but we won't cover. And then the Jets, I don't even think they've covered like once. And then like Capwise is saying, they're off a bye. So it's like, look, they got embarrassed the last game. So they're not going to come in trying to take no shorts, no losses. So I would go too far as I'll sprinkle Patriots to cover. And also I like the both teams are coming off 2 straight overs. I think it goes down to an under now. It's just going to be an interesting game. It's just a division game. Rock'em sock'em. It's nothing to be really like keyed in on as far as I know. Both teams are still, you don't know their identity. I hate to come on here and be like, dang, I don't really have a play. But look, you want me to lose your money and tell you what not to do? So
This is why we have people like you on our show. This is why. Because
for real,
you're not here to lie to the people. You know what you see, and you're giving them the best advice as to what to do with their money.
The one thing that I see in this one, Michael, is like you mentioned, the first time they matched up, didn't they get shut out or whatever? And Belichick just owns rookie quarterbacks. And the biggest thing in that game was Corey Davis was completely – I don't even think he had a catch, or he had one catch for like 10 yards in that first matchup. With Crowder being back in the lineup today, that might help the Jets offense, as putrid as it's been, get a little bit more going. But it's still Bill's schemes, and that's where I'm going to be most curious about to see which receiver he's going to take away and which one he lets getting a little bit more of the chunk yards. And I think Corey Davis is still going to be in no man's land today, and Crowder will get the little 8-yard pickups. But it's how much can the Jets do that to sustain it here? I feel why you're not 100% confident in it, but it just seems too easy. And with the books getting rocked the past 2 weeks, I see exactly where you're coming from here.
Serious, because the thing is, it's a division matchup. Public is always fooled by recent bias, so of course it's easy to say like, "Oh, this is a blowout." Like, "Oh yeah, Patriots got this." That's true. We'll win the game, but it's like I said, we're not covering spreads right now. We're not doing that, and Vegas is going to take advantage of team perception. So when you think Patriots at Foxborough, you automatically think like, "Oh yeah, let's put the money on it." But it's like Vegas ain't Vegas for no reason. Like they kind of know what you're thinking before you're thinking. So don't just hop out there and go ahead and, drop money on a cover that, might just come down to like one possession. It's going to be like a game like that, I would imagine. Jets were embarrassed. This is still an NFL team. They're not going to come out there. And if they get embarrassed twice, then, Kings need to find another team because this is the NFL. You know what I mean? You can't come back from a slaughter and then show up the next game and get slaughtered again. That's a bad look for everybody. We starting to week 10 now. We're looking at people we need to replace. So you need to put something good on your resume. You need to come out here and play well versus the Patriots at home. So with that, I'm kind of hesitant on us covering, but no way I'm gonna drop a dime on the Jets. You gonna drop a dime on the Jets? Stop. So I won't do that, but maybe like a live bet or something like that, I'll take a look at. Yeah, that's all I have for that one.
Respect. Yeah, man. I'm gonna take a ticket on Hunter Henry to score a touchdown plus 350 or plus 320 or whatever the fuck the number was at.
Sosa, I like that because Mac and Henry are starting to
he scored in back-to-back games, right?
That's what I'm saying. They're starting to build a real rapport.
And we cashed twice in a row. So you ride the wave until you can't stay on the surfboard. Right?
Yeah, and then that's a nice fantasy waiver pickup too. If you're in a shorter league or less amount of teams league and you're struggling for a tight end with the bye week, definitely be looking at him.
Yeah, absolutely. Mac and Hunter are starting to build a rapport, so that's good. I like that. I actually like that prop a lot, for real.
It's like I said, that's just a nice. Like I said, it's just a nice play to stay on, right?
Yeah.
He's done it twice in a
Love
row. And also, he got paid for a reason. They paid him a shit ton of money. So, he if it's one thing that Bill's going to do is Bill going to get his money's worth.
Bruh.
Even if that kid ends up dying, he's good. I'm telling you, if that kid dies on the field, I'm telling you right now, Bill is going to get everything out of him for them dollars he's getting paid. He's going to do that. I'm telling you. And Gronk got CT a week later. But he's been going. So
for real.
So just basically, like I said, Henry's a good play. I'm also going to sprinkle something on Ramondre Stevenson just because I like the guy and I got him on a couple of my fantasy teams, and I think that he's the future of the running back position for that team. And I think that I think that also like Bill is going to put a little bit more into him as far as like developing him this year. He seems to have gained Bill's trust back after fumbling week 1. You go in the doghouse for a little bit. And then, Damian Harris not being 100%. Stevenson's without question the most explosive back on the team. He just needs the playing time. So that's pretty much all.
Needs to not miss the blitz block as well.
Yeah, that's another thing too. He got Max slaughtered a couple times, bro.
No, that's real. That's more important.
It's a rookie, though. I mean, he's going to get into it. He wasn't a high draft pick. He's someone that definitely has great stock going in the future. I know if Spindock was here, he'd be saying dynasty leagues, keepers, and stuff like that. To definitely be rocking with Stevenson going forward. What's up, Honey Bear?
Yeah. Plus, our assistants can't really talk, but the word coming from Patriots camp is that we're looking to work on our running game because it's been like invisible for the first half of the season. So yeah, Ramondre, pick it up. I definitely like the Hunter Henry prop with a touchdown. I love it.
All right, make sure you be checking out Mike Check with Michael Means Jr. Follow him on Twitter. That's the easiest way to find his YouTube page there.
Thank you
very much, Michael.
Sauce Rex, y'all awesome. Keep doing it. Keep doing everything, man. Y'all setting the standard, man.
We're trying.
Hey guys,
hey. Bringing in the spin doc.
Whoa. And actually,
tapping out Michael,
one of the wise guys. What's up, my guy?
Hey, what's up? I am a little tired. Like I told you, we got back from Kansas City about 3:15 this morning, but I'm jazzed, man.
That's
jazzed. I'm ready.
That's the better way to bring in.
Money never sleeps.
Local Kansas City. Best way to get into the next game as well.
There he is.
I love your city, man. Chuck, I love your city, man. It's beautiful.
Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I'm glad you stopped through, man. I mean, I wish we could have linked up, but I had stuff going on too. So, but I'm glad you had a great time, man. I see you went to the college basketball experience and all that, man. So
good stuff.
That's got to pull up. It's been a while, so
yeah.
Well, as we already know, I mean, you don't need an introduction. We know why Chuck's here. we know who you're rolling with, who you're bringing out. We appreciate you joining us as always. Big game on the slate for y'all. I think it's one of the few matchups of playoff teams from last year. You guys have faced each other in the playoffs multiple times in the last couple of seasons. I'm gonna just let you have the floor, man. What are you seeing in today's game, and what are you liking?
All right. Well, yeah, I guess I'm getting to the stuff I like first. Here's the thing. Like, if you guys watch the Monday night game, specifically when the Titans played the Buffalo Bills, you've seen the Buffalo Bills receivers get open in every way possible. Like, whenever Josh Allen did have time to throw the ball, it was curtains for their secondary. And the Bills receiving core, they kind of have some similar guys like we do as far as, like, who runs certain routes. You know what I mean? I'll start with the intermediate guy. Like you saw with Cole Beasley, he had a nice performance Monday night in the slot. It wouldn't surprise me if Byron Pringle gets a little more involved today, and he somehow found the end zone somehow today. So be on the lookout for that. And then also we got National Tight End Day with Travis Kelce. All eyes are going to be on him as far as him coming out to play and everything. I think he'll have a decent performance, but the main guy that everybody should look out for today is Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill is right today, he should explode in this game. If he's more healthier than he was last week, he should have 2 touchdowns in the first half. That's just how I feel with how bad this Titans secondary is. What Stephon Diggs did on Monday night, I think Tyreek Hill could do more than that. You know what I mean? I think Stephon had like 9 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown. I think Tyreek Hill will get like 2 more receptions and like over 100 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns at least. But defensively, I'll get to the bad parts. Defensively, yeah, we got to face that beast, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, he's up there as one of the best offensive players in the league. He's tough to stop. You know, he's got tree trunks for legs. So the only way you can stop him is, you know, get that axe out and chop at them legs, man. I know it's a little more difficult this year because it seems like he done got stronger, you know what I mean, over the offseason. And he's kind of learned from, you know, us beating the Titans in the AFC Championship game where we was chopping at his legs and taking him out the game. And then against the Ravens last year, you know, the Ravens, they adjusted to when they previously lost to them before, and they was able to beat them in the playoffs, and they was able to slow down Henry some in that game. So the only way the Chiefs can, you know, have a slow down Henry some just enough to maybe pull away late in the game is that, you know, Tyrann Mathieu, he's got to play the alleys a little better. I think that's one of the weaknesses in his game, as great as he is. You just got to play the alleys a little better as far as, like, you know, those run fits, getting the right gaps and everything. The thing I'm interested to watch today is I'm interested to see Nick Bolton start at the Mike backer and see, you know, how he performs and, you know, how well he fills in the gaps and everything. So, like, getting those run fits and getting those run blitzes together, that's going to be a major key in this game. And also, Frank Clark, that's another guy I'm going to keep an eye on. Like, Frank, you got a much better matchup this week. You ain't got to worry about Taylor Lewan. You got to set the edge, and you got to set the edge, you know, contain, do all that, and also rush the passer, man. So he got to live up to your contract this game. So that's just one of the few things I pointed out as far as defense.
Absolutely. I'm on the same page as you with Tyreek. I've been saying it all week. Like, just for all the sentiments you just said, it's a perfect letdown spot for the Tennessee Titans. You win this big emotional game on Monday night, and then you get Patrick Mahomes on a short week. Also, real quick, I know people won't put any stock in last week because it was the Washington football team, but they did hold that Washington football team to their season low in points in their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should show you a little something. Maybe they woke up on defense, because obviously it's easy to just this Chiefs defense is bad. Chiefs defense is bad. We know but again, like, we just seen them hold a team to their season low in points on the road. I mean, that's a pretty good sign, right? It's a good sign, right? This team, they couldn't score 30 last year. They put up 33 times already. Washington, that is, and that's with their backup quarterback. So I think that the context is important. I think that this Chiefs team is elite. They've just been on the wrong end of the turnover battle. That's the difference in winning and losing in the NFL. And think about it. They've turned the ball over, yet somehow they've overcome those turnovers and still been in every single game they've lost. So it's just about tightening the screws and getting right. I think that you get an engaged Kelsey. Obviously, like you said, National Tight End Week, National Tight End Day. I think he gets off. This Washington defense has been terrible against the tight end. This Kansas City defense has also been terrible against the tight end. So I actually like Ferkser. Anthony Ferkser is my play. I like him over 15.5 receiving yards. I also, his touchdowns like at plus 360 or anywhere from like plus 360 to like plus 400, depending on the book that you get. Him to score a touchdown is not a bad look, just based on how bad you guys have just defended the tight end. I mean, fucking didn't Dawson Knox like throw a touchdown or some shit last week against? Y'all can't stop the tight ends at all. You can't stop throwing from catching. You seen Ricky Seals-Jones just.
He did it with a fractured hand too.
Right. That was crazy.
Yeah, no. I actually am on surprisingly a lot from this game. I think that this game could be a lot of this game would be fantasy gold. I think this game could be prop gold. This game could be DFS gold too. I agree with everything you guys said. On the Titans side, since I know we heard a lot about the Chiefs, I love AJ Brown over 59.5 receiving yards at minus 115. You can lock that one in. So with Julio is officially questionable. Now he's going to play, but it's that lingering hamstring injury that cost him 2 games. And with wide receivers that are in, how shall I put this, his age bracket, lingering hamstring injuries, while he's a warrior and he's going to play through it, they can really impact a guy and their ability to push off, to push, plant, explode, etc. So Brown missed part of this week with some food poisoning. In fact, his quote earlier in the week was, "I can't keep nothing down. This shit ain't no joke." However, he practiced fully on Friday and he's deemed good to go. So he runs 40% of his routes in the slot, and he's matched up with Snead for the Chiefs, who's 73rd out of 113 cornerbacks. The other thing is Chiefs have allowed over 60 yards to every wide receiver one except one over this number. So I would not be surprised if A.J. Brown hits 100 yards. I would not be surprised if A.J. Brown scores. I would not be surprised at all if A.J. Brown was the leading receiver on both teams today, simply due to volume and opportunity.
Oh, Chuck didn't like that one.
No. Hold on. Here's my thing with Tyreek. If I thought Tyreek was fully healthy, I would pick him 100 times out of 100. The problem is that he had the same practice progression that he had last week with that quad injury. So I don't know what his snap count's going to be. It's another reason why I like Mecole Hardman's receiving yards prop. But I will say this, like I said, if Tyreek even plays, because he played 57% of the snaps that he normally does last week. If he plays even 75%, he'll be the number one receiver by far. Titans cornerbacks are rated 65 and 52 in coverage, 50s average, and their safeties, safety where Tyreek lines up is almost dead last. So tons of opportunity here for fantasy. I would strongly advise anybody looking to make a DFS stack to look somewhere in this game. Stack them really any way you want them. Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey. You can do 100 different things. The other thing in fantasy is if you are playing a cash game, so not a big tournament in DFS, you cannot fade Derrick Henry. I'm just going to say it right now. You won't win. There's too much volume. There's too much opportunity. In tournaments, you can fade him. In a cash game, you cannot fade Derrick Henry. Put him in first. Build the rest of your team around him. All
right, real quick. Let's get to the plays that you got for us, Chuck, and because like I said, we'll get on to the next one. But your official plays for today. Let's hear it.
All right, that's what I got, man. I got Tyreek Hill at 2 touchdowns plus 300. I'm definitely confident in that, and there's a reason why I'm wearing this Patrick Mahomes shirt today. This is the ultimate fuck you game. 4+ touchdowns at plus 156, and then my other one is it's a little sprinkle. Chiefs team total over 31. I got that too. I forgot to write the odds down on that one for whatever reason, but the first touchdown scorer, I mean, just when you think it's gonna be Tyreek, I think it's gonna be Darryl the Barrel, man, plus 900 for the first touchdown scorer, and that's all I'm gonna get. That's all I got for y'all. Oh yeah, and another thing, as far as my upset special, I got the Colts being your Niners tonight, Sosa.
Oh,
Jonathan Taylor going for $150.
Like, get the fuck out of here! What running back? what running back have you ever seen do that? Like, get the fuck out of here with that, man! Like, the fuck? Come on, man. You know what I understand? You just pop up and they just take shots, man. This should be hurting, but it's cool. When we beat Carson Wentz ass tonight, you'll see you at halftime. Talk soon.
All right, bet.
Come for the king, you best not miss, Chuck. That's all I gotta say about when you go for Sosa, because the people who miss, they usually quit Twitter.
You want to bet it?
Quitting Twitter.
We know we don't got to worry about him quitting Twitter though. Like, we don't got to worry about that. But you already know.
Make sure you check out Kingdom Cast. That's where you can get all your Chiefs knowledge from Chuck and his 2 other guys. I think there might be 3. They bring in guests sometimes. If you're a diehard Chiefs fan, make sure to be checking them out.
Peace. Thank you, my brother. On to the next
one. So the reason why I'm currently dog watching. So if you heard they're going crazy, she got the zoomies mid episode. So I was like, oh man, but we're bringing in KD. Hopefully it's just the ceiling is just right there. There he is, unlocked. We got the character, and we're bringing in Weapon X
with the cape out. And listen, just a little backstory for you.
Wait. I got something for you guys. Hold on.
Hold on. I got to give y'all the
That
backstory.
nigga gonna show that ugly belt. You saw that ugly Eagles belt from
I
college?
still have it. It's on me. But
obviously.
Hold on. Look at this. How you got an ugly sweater on in fucking October? Hold on.
I'm ready for Christmas, bro.
Hold on.
Around the
Hold
corner.
on a second. Hold on. Stop everything. Hold on. Just a little backstory. I met these two because of each other. I met KD first, and then I met Alex. So I know these two in real life. So this is actually great. I'm glad to have y'all both on here. Appreciate, connecting with you guys, and now we're really friends in real life, which is awesome. Yeah, so other than that, we're going to get out of here and let y'all just, we're going to let y'all have a conversation. We know the Eagles are playing the Raiders. It's in Vegas. It's a 2.5-point line.
Is it still 2.5? I think it went up to 3, dog.
I had it at 2.5 because I already bet it, but we'll talk about that afterwards after y'all get your rocks off. Go ahead. Alex with the Eagles, Katie with the Raiders.
Oh, what's up, my boy? What's up, my boy?
What's up, dog? I hope all is well. I haven't seen you in a minute.
A1, man. A1. You remember?
I remember. Can't forget. So, you could go ahead and start. You could go ahead and start and talk about the Eagles.
I'm going to start.
I'll give you the floor. All right, no problem.
There's only 2 things that are for sure in Philly right now. Somebody going in a courthouse at an Eagles game at the Lincoln Financial Field is one. Always gonna get prosecuted there. The other one is the sun comes out in Philly. Everything else in Philly right now is uncertain. One, because we have a shitty ass GM that I can't wait for his ass to get fired. And we got a shitty ass coach right now that is not ready to call plays in the NFL.
He doesn't like to run the ball.
Bruh, and we need to run the ball against you guys. If there's one thing I've seen, the Raiders have trouble stopping the run.
That's a fact.
So if we don't run the ball today, boy, it's going to be a candy ass whooping by your Raiders. And at this point, it's fine by me because I want to see Deshaun Watson in Philly, and I want to see clean house in Philly. That's what I want to see.
I don't know about all of that, fam. I don't know about all that D. Watson.
But let's get into the plays.
I'll let you go.
I'm not touching the spread. I'm not touching the spread. You guys have been good covering the spread. But
y'all been good at backdooring the spread, so I don't know.
Yeah, but the spread is small, man. The spread is 3.
Yeah, -3. Yeah, exactly.
I do like the over in this game. I think 48.5 is definitely doable in this game.
I like that too.
I like a lot of props on your side of the ball too. But I'm gonna let you deal with that. I'm gonna get into mine. So Ertz got shipped out. I like the Goddard over receiving 49.5. You guys do allow a lot of tight ends to go over their props. That's at -110. I like Kes Watkins over 48.5 receiving yards because
every week you've been talking about this fucking guy.
Man, he's been going over every week because he is now our second wide receiver. Devonta Smith is gonna get most of the better corners that you guys have, right?
Yeah.
Get most of the heat, and this guy can take the top off of defense. So if we can actually get some play action going, right, and even then, he gets big catches on big yards. So I think 41.5 is definitely doable here. Anytime TD for him is plus 300. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that. I definitely got your boy Waller going in the end zone against our defense. And
Waller isn't playing today.
Oh, Waller ain't playing today? He's out?
Yes, he's out. I'm dropping back out, but I was just giving you that heads up.
Oh, okay, then. Wow, okay. Then I need to go change my fantasy teams.
Looks like our man KD is having a little bit of connection issues right there. He'll be right back. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah. Waller, he tweaked his ankle on Friday in practice, and they put him as questionable. yesterday, but when you add somebody this late to the injury report, they almost never play. And his quote yesterday to the Raiders writers was, "It doesn't feel good at all."
Then I'm fucking fantasy right now because I need to go get myself a tight end in the big league. What's up?
Pick up Foster Moreau. My bad for that. But yeah, pick up Foster Moreau because Waller ain't going to play. No way he plays.
Then I definitely like Braden Edwards to go off against us.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Yo, shout out Sosa last week. You had us winning. It was a big emotional win for us. We needed that. So I think we're gonna ride high off of that. We're gonna come back home and do our thing against a winnable Eagles team. You know what I mean? I'm surprised. Like, I like the spread on it at minus. If you got at 2.5, that's blessed. I got it at 3. But like the fact that it's a very winnable game for us and the spread is that low, like I'm gonna jump on that like 100%. I find like I loved how Greg Olsen was running that offense last week. I know Spin was talking about it. When he was at the Bucs, he's more like the air raid type of guy compared to like Gruden. So like you saw a little bit of that last week. So I think we're gonna continue on that. No Darren Waller, but like I'm cool with that because still got Foster Moreau. So like if anyone wants a player prop, you could take Foster Moreau at plus 220 anytime TD. I think that's going to be money. And I find the Eagles, they play softer against tight ends than they do against the wide receivers. So I believe like, Foster Moreau got one.
We got 2 linebackers.
Another prop that I like is the Miles Sanders under rushing, 65.5. So like, I mean, if we come out the gate and like we like start blowing them out, you could like shut that shit down. Like already that the Eagles barely run the ball. The fact that if they're going to be down by like 2 scores or something, like ain't no rushing happening. And I also like
Gainwell prop over though. The Gainwell prop over 11.5 rushing yards. We need to run the ball. He's a guy that could get the most of the totes for the end of the game. That's very doable. My bad.
Okay, and all good. And that quarterback on the Eagles can't throw the rock. So like, give me the over on the 0.5 on the interceptions.
Yeah,
I don't care. Our defense has been getting better, but we gonna throw. We're gonna return one to the house. So give me
bring
that
Deshaun to Philly. Bring Deshaun to Philly.
We're gonna mute Alex soon, but one of the biggest reasons for this line move is Lane Johnson being ruled back or being ruled into play today. So with him missing the past 2 weeks, that is one of the biggest bolsters to the offensive line that we can get. So that's where, Katie, you were mentioning a little bit of why the line was dropping. It was probably the Waller news, plus when the Eagles get back their top lineman, that always affects it a tiny bit.
I hear that. That one, Lane Johnson ain't going to affect the game, but that's good for you guys. You have to protect your QB back there. So
we're out on safety, though, this week. Anthony Harris is out. So I think that's a big loss for us at safety. He's been solid.
And I just want to get one last prop in. I don't usually bet it, but if someone wants to just sprinkle something on it, you could get Derek Carr over 40.5 for the longest pass completion. So the DBs out there in Eagles are kind of barbecue. So I could see Ruggs, going off the top on that one.
Definitely can take the top off.
I like Ruggs anytime touchdown. That's my favorite play in the game. Deep ball over the top. Come on. We've seen it every game. It's just a matter of when y'all put it up. Also, I want to say something about this Raider team. They didn't fuck with John Gruden. The team, the players did not fuck with him. And like, if it wasn't clear as day last week, they didn't fuck with him, bro. They didn't like him. They didn't fuck with him. Mark Davis is the happiest man in America. He got rid of that contract for nothing.
At the same time,
they wanted him out the building for the last year. I think they wanted him out of there anyway. I think that they knew they made a mistake giving him all that money. The players didn't fuck with him. They weren't with that dictator bullshit. And everything that Antonio Brown said was true. Every fucking word that came out of his mouth was a fact.
Everything he said is true, dog.
Everything.
I still got that shit, all right?
You already know. You already know I got
that jersey.
You know I got the same. You know I got the same one. That's my dog. You already know.
Yeah.
So, but just like I said, like AB was right. They were, like I said, they didn't fuck with the guy, man. Let's keep it real. They just didn't like him. And you seen it last week. Like, You sign Kenyon Drake to not give him the ball. As soon as John Gruden leaves, you start giving him the ball. You think that had to do with a certain guy not in the building? You know what I mean? Like,
but I still give it out for the play calling, dog. Shout out Greg Olsen. He wasn't running that shit. But now that he has full control of it, man, you know what I mean?
Much better job this week. Spin Doctor, Greg, y'all got any plays in this game?
The Goddard one for sure. The Eagles have a 26% target share to their tight ends, meaning when you combine Goddard and Ertz, Ertz is gone, obviously, now. So I think that this is actually a really, really good game for Carr. He's been a top 12 fantasy quarterback in 4 of 6 games this season. And then the other thing with the play calling, so Katie, you were talking about it. So Gruden would only run play action about 12% of the time. They ran 31% last week, and you saw what the result was. So I would expect a lot more of that. Say what you will about Jacobs, but he still is a solid running back. So when you run play action that often, you can get a lot of the linebackers, safeties, whatever, to freeze so you can go downfield, which is another reason why I love the Ruggs prop. I love all the Carr's props to go over. So, yeah, I think that this game is actually going to be very, very offensive-minded, and I would not be surprised if we see a little shootout here this afternoon.
Anything else?
The over is a play.
Right.
Yeah, Birds money line.
Oh, man. And
Oakland.
And you guys want to put some money? I took Sosa's money against the Dolphins. You guys want to put up something? My PayPal's open.
You about to hear me? You about to hear me say? Listen, I got Oakland by a touchdown in this one.
Hey, look, I'm not shitting on Jalen Hurts, but he is not a franchise QB. He is a system QB, and he is in the wrong system. He has no coach that can call plays to put him in good.
Don't listen to this. This is bullshit.
Nigga, you can't throw.
This is
and
bullshit.
He can't fucking like the open guys, man.
Bullshit.
There's open guys that he
It's the second game
Jalen
after
Reagor
the
stinks.
coach gets fired.
Say Jalen Reagor fucking stinks. You guys invested money in Goddard.
We got Goddard. We got a decent line. We got Kez Watkins. So we have 3 first-round picks. Get me Deshaun Watson in Philly, please.
See,
Deshaun's going to Miami.
A lot of time on Deshaun Watson and Philly talk. The team is not built for a win now mode, and what you're gonna have to give up for Watson. Sure, I want him here, but the roster is not in a compete now mode. We've seen what he's brought to the Texans teams and made them completely relevant when maybe they shouldn't be. But that's what I'm just saying. The current roster, where it's at, it's a big investment for not a good ROI because they're just not meant to compete at this point.
If we're cleaning house, we need to clean house with this GM. If the house needs to be clean, we need a QB that you can count on that can take a lot of load on a franchise. Deshaun Watson is a generational talent. Sosa talks about it.
Y'all hear it? Y'all hearing the delusion? He's fucking delusional, bro. Like you see how he threw me into it? Like he sprinkled my name in there like parsley. Here, man. Like Sosa says it all the time. Y'all not getting him.
He's gonna finish with 75% of his snaps, which means we get.
Y'all not getting him, man. Stop. That's fighting. You cut it out.
That's Alex. That's KD. That's Raiders, Eagles. We went way too long on that one. We got 2 games left. Make sure to be checking them both out. Appreciate you guys as usual.
Hold it down, guys. Y'all already know it's fun. Hold it down.
All right.
Jesus.
You know what time it is.
Wow.
You know what time it is. Do they get the dub? We got the best Lions fan on Al Gore's Twitter coming up. Bakari coming in here. Vibes are always high, even though his team tries to bring them down. How you doing?
All the time.
What up, y'all? I'm good. And you see, I got my Lions funeral black on today because they about to get them cheeks cracked.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He ain't lying at all. And niggas about to get smoked.
Nope.
They're about to get clapped for real.
For real. And the
revenge
thing I love
game
about it,
no revenge game.
What do you say, Rex?
No,
it's a double revenge game. Both of them.
This whole week they're like, oh, Goff's going back to LA. Matt Stafford's playing the Lions. Like, y'all, come on, don't play no games. Rams they are a fine oil machine. They are 5-1 for a reason. And like, y'all saw last week. Like, come on now. The Bengals are good. They ain't the Rams, but they beat the brakes off of us. So I got my popcorn ready. I hope y'all got it ready too.
He said he's going to pretend for 1 week that Matt Stafford's still on his team. That's what you're going to do.
It's like that clown tier. It's like that girl you had to let go away, and you see her with her new man. You know she living a good life.
I feel you.
Looks like I got a special guest here today.
Oh,
Hey,
the family show. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
She said
Okay.
Adrian wants me to be in here.
Okay, babe, go back. Okay, I gotta go talk.
Dad, I wanted you to talk to me.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay.
No, on the TV.
Okay.
that's too good.
Always popping up.
man, I don't have any little ones yet. You see I have a dog. She does this.
Oh,
She
I love her. I
doesn't
love
care
your
about
dog.
what I have.
Every time you post the pics, I'm like,
Yeah, but yeah, man. This is a family program. This is.
Bakari did say the ass is about to be clapped, and then his daughter came in. We just won't talk about that one now. Hopefully
Like,
she
what's
didn't
going
hear
on?
it.
Like, what are you talking about, Dad?
busted at the perfect time. She's like, what does?
So what props are you targeting? Because even though your squad might not win, you've been money on keying in on your squads on who's going to get the yards, who's going to get the touches. So let's hear it.
All right, so I kind of dipped on both sides this week. Obviously, the Rams got some people that you can't ignore. I went Woods anytime to score. That was at plus 100. They juiced a lot of the Rams lines, obviously so, because they know that they're going to take care of business. So I have to pick and choose and see what I'll do. I feel like Kupp is going to get a lot of catches and yards, but I think Woods is going to find his way into the end zone. And I got Swift anytime to score too for plus 130. Woods was at plus 100. And then I caught this morning. I was very happy because the line jumped. Like literally as soon as I got it, Rams first half -7, and it was at -115.
I like all them. I mean, if you've been betting with Bakari, his percentage on this show has been outrageous. It's been great. We just, he knows when to pick and choose because he's clearly been doing this for a while, watching this Lions team. He knows what to expect.
My whole
Except
life.
for last week. Last week he was feeling himself and he thought it was coming.
Right.
You were co-signing it. You were co-sign number one, Rex. I'm with you, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that. Nope.
Don't hype them up. I want them to win.
I had my daughter's birthday party, and I checked the score, and I was like, I'm glad I'm not watching it because this is over right now.
Immediately post the meme. Kill me, please.
Literally, just like, I want to die.
Well, I'm just hoping you guys keep it a little bit close because I need Stafford to go crazy today. And my biggest concern with player props in this game, if you're going to be targeting the Rams players, is the way that you're talking about. Come the fourth quarter, we might be seeing some backups in there. That's my only concern with player props in this game. So hopefully you get them early in the first half because that's where I think most of that scoring is going to happen.
Yeah, and that's what I was feeling too because I feel like halftime, third quarter, the main game will probably be out of hand. So,
yep. Mark of a good team is putting bad teams out their misery early. The Rams are an elite team. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get in there, get out, and make sure that you are healthy. That's the key. Go ahead.
Yep.
That's my fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say for props today, of pretty much anything Tyler Higbee. Love him for fantasy, love him for DFS, love all of his props. The Lions are ranked dead last in tight end coverage. So I think that even before, like let's just say that the Rams blow the game open, which I'm kind of expecting too. I think that we can get at least one before that. In honor of our boy bullpen bets, my helicopter play for the day would be Tyler Higbee, 2 touchdowns at plus 1,000, so 10-1. I think that given the fact that the Lions have allowed so many tight end touchdowns and yards, I think that would probably be, if you're looking at a 2+ touchdown at 10-1 or more, that's your best value.
I like
Shout
that.
out to our guy bullpen bets, by the way, always on fire. He called Come on, man. Like that was some other shit, bro.
I was so hyped in my kitchen.
Fullback to score a touchdown, like, come on, dude. Like, where are you finding that anywhere else?
Well, that's why we have the show. We want to bring our viewers, our fans, the best analysts from each of the names from the teams. And that's why I put it in the title. It's no joke. We're bringing in the top analysts who know their team, know when to target, know when to fade, and you're just cashing. It's the best Sunday show out there. Bakari,
Yes,
I don't know if you're going to go to flag today, but you might be a little too.
I got a special flag message.
Flag.
Got a special flag message today. First of all, shout out to my daughter Mila and give me David Blau, Sheila Ford. This is all your fault. Sell the team. Sell the team, baby. Let's go.
Make sure y'all lock in with my boy Bakari, LL Cool P. Y'all know who he is. Our favorite analyst on the show. We can be partial. Appreciate you as always. Best of luck to your team. Hope your bets hit. Thank you all as always.
I'll holla.
My man.
So the last one.
Please sell the team.
The last one that we're going to get into today. Let's see. Happy or sad? What are we going with today?
I'm always happy, man.
No, our guest.
No. I know what he's talking
man.
about.
I guarantee you he bet against his team. I guarantee you he comes on here and tells us that they're going to get clapped.
Well, let's see. Stephen Carlson,
There
the
he
last
is.
guest in his
Young
car as he's
Schneider
going to
himself.
drop off his plays for the weekend. The dedication is there. It's always shining out there. How are you?
The young Shiner, what's cracking?
I'm on fucking day 3 of a bender right now, so I don't feel great, but you know, I mean, I'm ready to watch my team get absolutely smoked because we beat Brady last year, and now he's gonna come back looking for revenge, about to beat us by like 25 on my birthday. It's tough out here.
Happy birthday, my boy.
You can't
Thank
lose
you.
that on your birthday. It's proven science. So all whale lock from Steven today.
Yes. So you said Bears money line?
I mean
30 units Bears money line.
Super max play.
I mean, maybe $5 just to give myself both sides. I go regular bet on the fucking Bucks, and then I'm just like, let's go. Let's put down 5 on the Bears. You know, give myself some reason for hope.
Hey man, $5 is $5. Oh man, so I mean, Spin Doctor, I'm gonna let you break it down, man. You got this one. Obviously, this is your team. Obviously, y'all know your team, so I'm gonna let y'all get the floor and talk to us. Sherwan in the comments. He's a Chicago guy. Keep the faith, brother.
Yep. All right. So I'm not going to talk about the spread because I typically try to stay away from college spreads in the NFL, and this is a college spread. So no, seriously, it is double digits, man. So look, Bucks are obviously a superior.
Man, that was fucked up.
Oh, pain.
Bucks are a superior team talent-wise. And the difference here is with Brady and with some of the other guys they got on the defensive end, I don't necessarily think that they would let it just basically let a opponent hang around like that, especially not at home. So I'm staying off the spread. I do like some props though. I do like Allen Robinson's props, guys. Allen Robinson, you might not have noticed just because the Bears haven't passed that much, but Allen Robinson has gotten a 25% target share with Justin Fields at quarterback. And he's going to run most of his routes against Ross Cockrell, who just is absolutely trash. He had one good game to give me hope, and then he just goes right back to getting beaten coverage and getting all kinds of penalties. So I do like Allen Robinson's props. I do like Cole Kmet's props as well. I like an anytime touchdown. I like receiving yards. So I on the Bucs side, Antonio Brown is out. Gronkowski is out. I believe that's also because the Bucs have a bye coming up. So I think they're going to let him rest through the bye. Where the work goes for that, I think it goes two places. Number one is I think you'll probably see even a little more work in Fournette in the passing game. And then I also think that it gets funneled to Godwin. I think that when you look at the matchups, the matchups on the Bucs side, I think that Godwin actually has a really, really good matchup in the slot against Crawford. And I would not be surprised if he scores. And I would also not be surprised if he goes over his yards. So the other one that I think that you can maybe put a few dollars on, I would sprinkle, I wouldn't go too heavy, would be Tyler Johnson over receiving yards, just because he's probably going to get a lot of the slot snaps that Antonio would have gotten with him being out. So, as far as like quarterback props go, I think Brady's line for yards is it's kind of like Derrick Henry's, is that all the squares and the public just bets the shit out of it and bets the over on it. So it's tough to find value. So I'm going to stay away from that one. But those are some of the props that I like in this game.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with you on the Cole Kmet stuff, since if I remember right, Jimmy Graham's out. And if he's out, I feel like Justin Fields had a better connection with Kmet anyway. So if he already had a better connection with him and now he's going to be the main tight end getting all the snaps, I do love his props today. And if I remember, I feel like a lot of your secondary was kind of injured. Not 100% sure about that, but
they are.
I mean, if there's going to be a game where the Bears are going to pass the ball, it better be today. So I wouldn't go Justin Fields with his over yards, but maybe Darnell Mooney over his like longest reception, because if there's anybody who's just going to be running pretty much a go route that he can hit, is going to be Mooney. So I don't hate that. Definitely staying away from the spread though, obviously. But I mean, I'm probably going to fall asleep during this game once we go down big, but I mean, it's whatever today, man. I don't know what this schedule is, but it's tough out here.
You're saving the energy for the party some more. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. I need a nice little nap during the day so I can
little turn up after the depression. I got you, bro. That's part of the game.
Yeah, man. That Sunday night game. I'm about to be betting the shit out of it. Just live bets everywhere, because that's gonna be the only game I'm gonna be awake for.
Spin, you're really not going to talk up my guy Mooney today? I need him to come up big in the flex. You rattled off every Bears player except for him. I'm like, oh my God, come on, just give me a little crumb. Nothing.
No. Actually, I did actually give out Mooney as a DFS tournament play, and I will reiterate that sentiment here. I think that's also true because I said earlier in the show that it's very tough. It's almost impossible to have a DFS lineup today without Derrick Henry. So if you're going to spend up on Derrick Henry, he's the most expensive player on both DraftKings and FanDuel, then you're going to have to go cheap high upside elsewhere. And Mooney would definitely be one of those guys. The thing I'll say with Mooney today is I just saw it in the comments about the 2 catches for 16 yards. Here's what I think about Mooney. I think he either goes off for like 6 catches and like 90 something in a touchdown, or has like 2 catches for 8 yards or 12 yards. There's really not a lot of in between there. So I think that, if the Bears are playing catch up, it just depends on where the targets go. But like I said, I like him in fantasy as a wide receiver 3 or flex play. I love him in DFS tournaments.
Steven, did you give out your official plays already?
My official plays would just be Cole Kmet anytime touchdown. I'm gonna be on the over, just because of how weak I think the Bucs secondary is this week. Not in general, like when they're fully healthy, they're good, but clearly they don't have that right now. And then the Bears secondary is also not good. So I like the over there. And, I do like the Allen Robinson over yards prop. That's about it.
Yeah. I saw it. I saw it in the chat about, do I replace Waller with Kmet? Yes. I actually did that in one of my leagues. So because what I think that gives you is, since they both play late, then you can see if Waller is going to play. It's highly, highly unlikely that he does. But then you have another tight end that plays at the same time, so you don't have to make your decision early. So if you had Waller, another tight end that plays at 1 o'clock Eastern, you'd have to decide right now if you're who you're gonna put in. The other thing that I will say about, you talk about the Bucs secondary, Steven. So our starting cornerbacks today are Ross Cockrell, Jamel Dean, and D. Delaney. And if you're wondering who the fuck those guys are, you're not alone. I'm a fan of the damn team, and I'm asking who a few of those guys are. So
D. Delaney, who the fuck is that?
Hey, I got a text from a friend last week about the Bucs secondary, and I said, hey, at some point, I said, I'm just going to go down to Tampa and try out. They're just going to let fans come down from the stands and try out for their secondary, because we're so banged up right now. But yeah, I would not bet against Chicago's offense on this one. Where I think the game is won then is just the fact that the Bucs offense is just a steamroll at home.
Yeah, I mean, I agree there. On my yearly against the spread football league, I did take the Bears plus 13.5 just because, I mean, I had to. Like I feel like they can score enough to keep it within 2 touchdowns, but I don't feel good about it.
So make sure you're following Steven Carlson 97. You're definitely going to be seeing a lot of his mug, not in the car with the shades, but being a co-host, being on the Paid for Play college basketball show.
I can't wait for that, because hopefully he'll show up on the show and not bet against his fucking team every week.
No, he's a UConn diehard. It's the worst possible thing ever. Just reverse the Bears' sadness and UConn is the best thing since sliced bread, and they can never do anything wrong. Darren Hurley's the king.
National champions right now.
You bet on women's basketball. You bet on women's basketball.
Nah, I bet on both. We're both winning the national championship this year. We taking them both home again. Repeat of 2011.
I just forgot.
Talk about UConn's basketball.
Weed is now legal in Connecticut. It all makes sense. You're tripping. You're not all right there. Something's going on. I got it. Okay. He said UConn's winning it this year. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I'll do a nice little parlay of the men and the women to both win the national championship this year.
Steven likes
I'm just happy Book Night's gone, because at least he has to stand someone else this season. That's all I got to say, because he was the biggest Book Night guy I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, a cook is that dude.
Okay.
A
cook.
You know what? That's just something people outside the Northeast don't understand, because he fucking tore his ACL like halfway through his freshman year, but he's fully back now. He is that guy.
Probably not going to bet on a guy with a fucked up knee to start the year. Go ahead, Spin Doctor.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I'm just wondering if I'm the only one that just sees, as soon as we start talking about UConn, Steven gets that big smile on his face. He's perking up. And then as soon as we go to the Bears, it's like fucking.
I told you.
He immediately wants to hide. He's like, say what? Who's my team?
But that's Steven Carlson, 97. You know how to get at him now. I showed you. Just tweet something bad about UConn, like when St. Joe's beat them when they went 5-24 2 seasons ago. We'll hold that over his head till the day we die, even though he got us in the tournament.
Hey, that was before we were back in the Big East. That doesn't count.
You didn't have to say
those are the days we block out. From the time we left the Big East to the time we went back into the Big East. Those years do not exist.
I feel the same way about baseball before black people played, so I get it. I get it, man. I completely get it.
Steven, go drop off your slips. Have a good day and a great birthday, my man.
See you later, guys.
So we've come to another episode of Sunday Morning Quarterbacks. We have no more guests that we'll be having on, correct?
Correct.
Hey, man, we made it through the fire and the flame. I appreciate y'all.
Spin Doc, any DFS or any thing like that you want to rattle off real quick? If not, we're basically good as this was going to wrap up. I just didn't know if you had any.
No, I all DFS plays. One guy, a couple guys for a tournament. If you're playing a big tournament this week for DFS, I really, I said it, I said this to VIPs too. I said, just play Derrick Henry. Every week, you get people that put tournament lineups in that think, well, this is going to be the week that I fade him, his volume falls, and then I reap the benefits of being on the other side. Nope. I am, and I admit I've been one of those guys before. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just plugging him in. I don't give a shit if he's 57% owned. I really don't care. I'm on the other running back. JD McKissick is another one that I love for a number of reasons. One would be his receiving, especially on DraftKings, which gives you a full PPR instead of FanDuel's half. And then the other thing is, I know we talked about it before, but Antonio Gibson is playing with a fractured shin. And there have been a number of team insiders that believe that his injury is actually worse than what they're letting on. And they just keep letting him go out there, and he keeps wanting to play. Several times last week, he subbed himself out.
Yep.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if that were the same thing again today. I personally think that they're playing with fire with this young man's career by continuing to let him play with an injury that's not going to heal without
Washington.
Doesn't that sound like the fucking Washington football team? Like, it's not the first time we heard that.
No, I know.
They killed Robert Griffin III. They lied about Trent Williams having cancer. Like, come on. This isn't a surprise. The worst fucking organization in sports. This is what we expect from them.
Yep.
It's fucked up, but this is what they do.
This is. And then, so JD McKissick I like for a DFS tournament play. There's a number of guys that I like for DFS tournament plays at wide receiver. Darnell Mooney I already mentioned. I think Alan Lazard makes sense. I think Tyler Boyd I think any of the Bengals receivers make sense. And then for tight end, I think that a guy I think you can probably get in there at a low ownership rate would be Kyle Pitts. So he blew up in London, but that was 2 weeks ago. And one thing that you notice about the DFS public, not the sharp players, but the public, is they have very short memories. So they only look about like, well, who's this guy? Like what's going on here now? Falcons had a bye. So they went to London, had a bye. There's a long stretch of time there. And so with this being National Tight End Day, with everybody being on some of the big dogs, I think you can sneak Pitts in at a low ownership rate. And I think that Calvin Ridley coming back actually will help him because it will free him up for a number of single coverages. And then lastly, for a quarterback for tournaments, come on now, y'all know TB12, but here's why. This is not a fan play, and here's why. I think that he will be a forgotten man because look, when you look at DFS plays today, you got Kyler against the Texans, who could score 1 million. You got Mahomes versus the Titans. You have Lamar versus the Bengals. I mean, you have all these elite quarterbacks with these great matchups. Well, look, Brady's thrown 35 passes in every game, and he's thrown 40 in almost every game. There's a huge volume. Bucks are projected to score a ton of points, and this is a guy that's projected for extremely low ownership. So if you get Brady and you stack him with a Godwin, and it'd be tough to do Godwin and Evans, but if you stack him with a Godwin, you run it back with, say, a Cole Kmet or a Darnell Mooney, you can fit Derrick Henry in there, and that's a high upside DFS tournament lineup. And that's really what you want in DFS is you want 1 to 2, sometimes 3. You get guys that are rock steady foundational guys. So you say you have Brady and Henry. Then you got to throw darts. That's the only way to win DFS tournaments. So a couple of the guys that I mentioned are darts and guys that could go off for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, what have you. So those are my DFS thoughts for this week. I think that if you're playing cash for DFS, any of the big dogs make all kinds of sense that I mentioned, but I typically will go on the tournament side with DFS just because the prize pool is so much bigger. And that's what I think people just for newbies to DFS should realize. My last thought, if you're doing a tournament for DFS, your goal is not to really necessarily cash every week. That would be nice, but your goal is to get a few lineups in, mixing and matching. And maybe you cash 1 out of 6 or 1 out of 7, 1 out of 8, but it's a big cash because the prize pool is so large. It's like when I tell people, it's like, you can go to a horse track for 12, bet on 12 races, win 1 out of 12 and come out ahead for the day. So those are my thoughts.
That is this week's episode of Sunday Morning Quarterback. That's some great DFS knowledge. Doesn't just apply to this week, just your season long, any type of strategy you need. Check out Spin Doc. Check out the Wise Guys Diamond Club if you want to get involved with us three and Andy Sports a little bit more. Great episode. Like we said, join us in Spaces. Sosa is hosting a space. It is open now. You have the free pass to finally leave the show. You're no longer required to be here.
Any plays you
Jump
want
over to space.
That's where
You
it'll
talk.
be. It's live right now. Appreciate y'all for joining. Best Sunday morning show. Hope we got y'all the information you needed to hear. Let's all cash and get paid together. Spin Doctor, appreciate you. Rex, appreciate you. Another good Sunday. Another bunch of wins. Let's get to it. Appreciate it.
Request that Mike give out your best play in the space. Ask a fantasy question. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.